Live from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Welcome to Boston Bruins hockey on NESN. Tonight it's round 2. The Bruins hit the ice in the Motor City for a rematch of Saturday's nail-biter against the Red Wings. Sandin Pellikka chased by Mitten. This won't get out. Jeannot holds. Mitten shoots, and Gibson gloves it and holds it.
Well, we talked about Jeremy Swayman in the open and just how great he was in the month of November. Patrick Kane's going to pick up this loose puck in the high slot with some traffic in front of Jeremy Swayman. He's able to track it, make a beautiful save, right side of the body. Find that release point, control the rebound so it goes towards the boards. And then the Bruins, their third line on the ice, they've been together for quite a while because of how well they're playing together. And Rich gets open in the high slot for catch and release on a nice feed from Jeannot.
And a high flip to the corner. Kastelik. Now Mitten try to get it out in front. Seider trying to corral him back of the net. Pete comes down low, shoots. Gibson the save, and it's poked to the near side. And the Red Wings. Van Riemsdyk shoots, he scores! James Van Riemsdyk got behind everybody and opens the scoring here in Detroit.
Veteran play by a guy that scored some goals in this league. Van Riemsdyk just flies the neutral zone. Once he sees that Detroit is going to secure possession after the shot by Peak from the point with the screen by Kastelik, the Red Wings are able to get possession deep in their own zone. And Riemsdyk gets behind Peak because he had been down halfway into the offensive zone to get that shot from the wall. And Riemsdyk flies the zone. He gets a nice pass up the wall, and he picks his spot.
He'll scoot ahead. Kastelik had to stop at the blue line. Gibson back of the net. He'll fling it around. This won't get out. Into the slot, it's fired. Gibson the save. Rebound. Mitten denied. Oh, two grade A looks.
Bruins down one on the Van Riemsdyk goal. They nearly tie it, not once but twice. The puck's going to find Mark Kastelik right in between the hash marks for a one-time bullet. Rebound gets to Fraser Mitten with a follow-up chance. Another stop by Gibson.
Carried ahead by Edmondson. Bruins denied at the blue line. They'll throw it deep. No icing here. Seider takes a look. He's got Mitten bearing down. He tangled with Mark Kastelik on Saturday night. Now Van Riemsdyk cuts to the middle. Backhand, Swayman the save. And he holds on.
Elusive move by the veteran. Feeling it. The only goal scorer here in this first period, and he's got a little toe drag right around a pretty good defender at Hampus Lindholm. Swayman's got to move from his right to his left. Stay with that puck. Take away the 5-hole with the stick if he can. Those are always tough. Those backhand is on the move while you're moving as a goaltender to come up with a stop.
Spins around some traffic. Middlestad lost it. Here's Kane. Try to poke it into the slot. Kopp. Now DeBrincat for Kane. Seider shoots. He scores! Swayman never saw it. 2-0 Red Wings.
5-man rotation in the offensive zone. You got to sort it out. You got to communicate. You got to know who's got who in the man-on-man coverage. And I think Arvidsson kind of got caught in no man's land. And he just kind of backed into the slot, not knowing who he should take. When Seider probably was his man out at the left point, was there to look at it. Seider at the blue line. You can see where Arvidsson's just drifting back. Not sure who I'm taking. That allows Seider to get to about the top of the circle or just outside it. All kinds of traffic in front of Swayman. Never sees this puck, as you pointed out, Judd. And it's a wrister from distance, but it's just inside that short side blocker side.
Up top, Sherratt. Sandin Pellikka's shot hit some traffic. Sandin Pellikka gets it back, bounced it out in front. Swayman the save. Along the near side, Van Riemsdyk shot denied, and Swayman denied. Kopfer on a chance. Oh, that's big for the Bruins late in the first. Already down 2. Sherratt tees it up. Never got free. Sherratt shoots. Blocked out in front by Aspero. Trouble. Comfer. Feeds Sherratt. Walks the line. Deflected to the corner. Aspero scoops it up, and the Red Wings starting to break off and change. Lori, back of the net. Geekie trying to take it out in front. Chopped that and just wide. 10 seconds left. Steves hustles down. Poked it by Geekie, and the Red Wings are going to escape with the puck. 3 seconds left. As this one is lobbed back into the Bruins' end, and that's going to close out the opening 20 minutes. As this puck is lifted out to center ice, it drifted down to 5th in the Atlantic Division. The Bruins come into the action second. As this puck is ripped on net, they score! Alex DeBrincat fired one that glanced off of Swayman's right arm and trickled in. 3-0 Wings.
Well, details, Judd, details. The Bruins should manage this puck. It's not a hard play. It's not a difficult play, and they just don't. Wondering if this was onside. We couldn't see from our angle where that puck was. It's close to being offside, but the Bruins have an opportunity to make a play on the puck in the high slot. They don't. DeBrincat ends up with a free chance. Swayman gets a lot of it, but not enough of it. It kind of caught up in his right arm, blocker underneath, trickled across the line.
Soderblom going wide. Had his poke checked off his stick. It stays in. Edmondson brushed it off, sent it out in front. Swayman the save, rebound. He looked behind him. And now the Bruins have it. Red Wings nearly made it 4-0. Up the right side, Asimont with a step. Shoots. Gibson sucks it in. And then Asimont starts to mix it up with Edmondson. As some of the frustration and some of the tempers start to flare.
It's just not a bad thing if you're Boston Bruin right now. A little more emotion, a little more urgency, a little more energy to the game. They finally get a shot. They're able to test Gibson a little bit. Asimont coming down the off wing on a long distance pass out of the defensive zone by Nikita Zadorov. Allows him to get a shot away, and then he has a little tango with Edmondson, and then Jeannot came in.
Held in by Lori for a second. Look out here. Odd man chance coming. Here's Larkin across. Kane shoots. Swayman got a piece of that. Up top, Johansson across. Sandin Pellikka shoots wide. Arvidsson takes a look to Jeannot. He'll bang it deep, go chase. Hits two guys in the end boards and gets the puck. Up to Zadorov, across. One-timer coming. He scores! Jonathan Aspero's first NHL goal. He wires it through Gibson. Bruins on the board, trailing 3-1 here in Detroit.
And give a ton of credit to Tanner Jeannot. He takes two Red Wing players into the wall and ends up with possession of the puck to get it back in the direction of Zadorov, who knows he's got Aspero open as his partner out high. Here's the effort on the forecheck. This is what we're talking about in the first period. Need more of this. Wins the physical battle. Gets the puck, plays that low-high game, and Asperov's just going to tee up a one-timer from about 50 feet. And he blows it right through Gibson to get the Bruins back to this game at 3-1.
And the Wings golf it out. Bruins grab it. Wings trying to change. Geekie. Lindholm shoots. Gibson the save. Rebound. They score! Alex Steves able to pop that rebound home. It's a one-goal game now.
The Aspero goal definitely gave the Bruins some life, and the forecheck by Tanner Jeannot on that goal has really brought the Bruins to find more of their game. Now they're playing with the puck. There's more energy. There's better pace. They're making plays in the offensive end. They're taking advantage of Detroit's weakness where they have to defend in their own zone. And it's a nice delayed pass from one side of the ice to the other once they gain entry. Quick up through the neutral zone, gain the blue line, transfer the puck side to side. And Lindholm, we talked about shots getting blocked earlier in the period. Now they're getting through, and it's paying off.
Sherratt sent it around. Now Finney will wind it up, the 20-year-old, to Raymond. Drops to Larkin. Into the slot. Sherratt shoots. He scores! He sliced right down the middle, and it's 4-2 Red Wings.
These are momentum killers right here. Late in the period, you got the game right where you wanted. You got back in it at 3-2. You're carrying the play, and then you just get beat up the ice. Morgan Geekie on the back check. He allowed Sherrod to get inside position, and that is point blank between the hash marks, off the rush.
Feeds Aspero. Angled out. Larkin back to drive it to Raymond. The Bruins have it. 20 seconds left. Aspero sorts it out. Drills it ahead. Bruins get back on side. Elias Lindholm cranked it around. And it gets by Aspero back into the Bruins end. Now he's got a hustle. Beats Raymond to the puck. Muscled it back into the Detroit end with 5. Sider snapped it to the middle. Finney. And that's going to do it. Kaselic against Comfort. Kaselic wins it. And the Red Wings muscle this out. Good work by James Van Riemsdyk. And we're going to have a hold here on the Bruins.
Yeah, it's going to be on Lindholm. He doesn't want to make his way into the box. He wants an explanation.
Boston penalty, number 27, 2 minutes holding.
It just felt like it was two guys battling, stalemate, trying to get to a loose puck. He's trying to keep it in the offensive zone. Van Riemsdyk's trying to get through.
Larkin wings it up top. Sider, who has one of the 4 for Detroit tonight. He'll walk the line, feeds Raymond, gives to Kane. Sider, Raymond, he scores! Swayman could not get back in position. He has something to say for the referee. And for the time being, it's a power play goal. It's 5-2 Detroit.
Yeah, it was Larkin that was right at the top of the paint, and Swayman was arguing. I think he couldn't get his stick free. We'll have to take a look. Larkin's playing the top of the paint on the power play. It's a well-executed play. They're looking for the one-timer back to the point, and they're able to set it up. But they break it on the opposite side of the ice. Oh, excuse me, Raymond on the other.
Here's Finney. Now Larkin, send it out in front. Korpisalo to save. That changed direction. Korpisalo kicked it out, stopped it, and then Finney got leveled. Larkin tries to grab a hold of Zadorov. That is a mismatch. Now Zadorov, there's a temper start to flare. Zadorov ripped off a helmet. You've got Geekie in the far circle with one of the wings, that's Finney.
I think the actual deflection that Korpisalo had to save came off Zadorov. And then Larkin, as we saw on the power play goal by Raymond, right at the top of the paint, he's in there again. He's getting to the front of the net, and then he gets into a little exchange with Zadorov, and then Sider's going to come in and kind of grab Zadorov from behind to pull him off. First he was on Finney, and then Larkin came over, and then finally Sider came in from behind. There's the stop once, twice. Now he's going to find it off that right pad.
Well, the officials are going to sort this one out. Oh, that was a dangerous sequence there with Sider. He had his stick wrapped around Zadorov's neck.
Yeah, you can understand the reaction by Zadorov.
Sent out in front by Finney. Korpisalo to save. And Korpisalo reached back. The Wings thought they scored. And he keeps that trapped in the blue paint.
Yeah, that was Danielson that takes this pass, and he's got a lot of net to shoot at. Second power play unit on the ice. It's that quick little release. JVR in front of the net makes a nice little backhand pass right down the slot. Danielson's got a lot of net. Right leg extended, stopped by Corpusalo.
This is his first game back if you're just joining us after missing his previous 7. He got hurt in Montreal. Kane got a guy driving, trying to hit Copp. Corpusalo read it and stopped it and was able to freeze the puck. Corpusalo has been dazzling since coming on in relief of Jeremy Swayman. Red Wings change, brought in, I think we got 6 Bruins on the ice.
6 out there still.
Mark Kaslick is going to exit. Wonder if he stayed on to have a word with somebody.
Boston penalty number 47, 2 minutes, slashing, and a 10-minute misconduct.
Well, the penalty came before the Bruins were changing out completely. Boston in full possession of the puck. That was the penalty?
Fires, blocked by Aspero. And now you might have a 2-on-1. Here's Geekie. Pulls up. Red Wings get back. Geekie leaves. Lindholm centered. They score! Barad Hostadinov with a backhand tip. And the Bruins are back within 2 with 5 minutes left.
And the seed of doubt is planted for the Detroit Red Wings. You give up a 4-on-4 goal, and you're going to get some power play time once Arvidsson gets out of the box. This is a huge goal. You thought you might get something here off this 2-on-1, but it doesn't materialize. Geekie's going to hold up, delay, wait for the help. Lindholm comes with speed, and Hostadinov gets open in front of the net. Nice little backhand redirect on the glove side on a great feed.
Geekie, 20 seconds. Lindholm shoots. Gibson kicks it out. 15 seconds left. Here's Zacha. 10. Steve shoots. He scores! Alex Steves with 10 seconds left rifles in his second of the night. 5-4 Red Wings.
Well, you don't get points for it in the standings, but you got to play to the final buzzer, and the Bruins keep the pressure on. It's a bad angle one-timer that has eyes. Steves continues to impress. Zacha slides it over with a one-timer. That thing goes through Gibson on the far side. Bruins with the goaltender pulled, scored 6-on-5. Yeah, you got to play for a shot if you can. Draw it up on the whiteboard. You got to fly it forward, thinking into the offensive zone now.
Starts with possession. Geekie slams it in. 5 seconds left. Raymond tries to eat the puck. 3 seconds left. And the Bruins are going to run out of time. John Gibson with his first win since October 28th. He had to sweat for it. And the Bruins and Red Wings split a home-and-home set.
Chased the game all night long. They had a good stretch when they cut it to 3-2, and then a couple of harmful goals. The fourth one really hurt late second period, and then the power play strike when the Bruins were within 2.